Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Stellaris, a Mass Effect edition. We're just going to pick up right where we left off, and where we left off was we are busy settling this area of the galaxy. There have been some very annoying issues with these doom stacks right on our doorstep, this 12k doom stack that's blocking our path out, and then this angry planet that's angry about her girlfriend, Meredith, who got owned by some previous species that decided to glass her for no reason. I'm sure they did not see that coming. And that has been blocking us. So that big, giant planet has been blocking us this way. And this Doomstack has been blocking us this way. But luckily, we've been able to sneak around the outskirts and sneak around these two huge threats that are looming on our doorstep, which is a little cheeky, but you know, we're literally trapped in here. What are you gonna do? You know, we're obviously going to want to build up a military force as soon as possible to eradicate both of those threats. I think in this case the story's not quite done. I think that once we do combat with this planet, we're going to get more story, but it'll be a while till I feel comfortable doing that, so that's going to have to wait. We've got the Yag up here to the north. They are the second species we've encountered. They are, of course, hegemonic imperialists, enlightened monarchy, fanatic authoritarian, xenophobe, very likely slave empire, although they haven't quite gotten some slaves yet. I don't see any civic that allows them to start with slaves, but they are definitely going to be a thorn in our side, and I think we're probably going to want to go to war with them to take control of some of their systems and bring them into the Citadel Council as a vassal. And hopefully we can impose some ethics traction on their empire that make them, less of an authoritarian, xenophobic, slaving empire. Hopefully we can do that. All right, so research. What are we gonna do? Let's go ahead and take farm boost. Yeah, farm boost seems good. Sure. And the Yag have already claimed the Cyban system. I'm assuming they've already claimed the Stellaris system as well. So, you know, that's the second system they've claimed of ours. Not cool. Not cool at all. And they are superior in fleet power. So it is very likely that they think they can beat us. And that's going to make things a little more complicated because they can definitely beat us. They can probably beat us with what they have, and then they definitely can take these two systems really quickly. That's just going to be a bit of an issue. What do we got here? Engineering research. Cool. Got bigger problems right now. Got to deal with the Yag. Okay, so how are we going to handle this? I think that we need to start... Let's take a look at our research. We have a Corvette build speed research thing that is finishing in 31 months. That is going to allow us to save some money off building our Corvettes. I think what we want to do is we want to go ahead and send we're going to merge this into one fleet. Let's go ahead and send this to the front line. So we're going to have to navigate and snake through this system right here. So let's go ahead and do that little dance right now and go through. And then we're going to send this all the way up to the front line to be prepared for any Yag incursions if they do decide to declare war against the Citadel Council. That's how we're going to handle this for now. And I think that's basically how this is going to go. All right. Well, let's get prepared. We need to go ahead and make sure that we have good energy production. We are very close to finishing research on an energy grid, I believe, or we already finished it. That's great. Let's go ahead and build an energy grid on Palaven. We're going to need the support. There it is right here. That is also going to... It does not produce Unity anymore, or maybe it does. Maybe there's a tradition for that. I don't know. What do we have here? We have a gigantic skeleton. Issue special project. Investigate giant skeleton. Sure. I can't remember exactly what this does, but that sounds interesting. Oh, okay. Wonder how that happened. I don't think it was... Oh, there was an anomaly here. That's right. There was an anomaly here. Okay. So after we're done investigating the giant skeleton, we were going to have this scientist Stop what you're doing. Thank you. After we have them done investigating the giant skeleton, we're going to excavate this site. This Gaia world looks kind of sus. It's got like satellites all around it saying don't land here, and we obviously want to land there. It's a very cool looking world that probably has a lot of goodies for us, and yeah, so we're going to try to excavate that site and see if we can figure out what's going on. Alright, so I want some energy credits for a couple of reasons. I'm going to need them to support the fleets that I'm about to build, and I also want to go ahead and get a edict declared here. I think I want to do Mastery of Nature on this planet. I don't need it yet, so I guess we can put that off for a little bit, but I will need some more energy credits eventually to do that. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Let's go ahead and build a generator district again, just to provide a little bit of extra support now that we're building the energy grid. And let's go ahead and clear those out, because that is a burn of energy credits, but we're pretty flush on minerals right now, so we can just go ahead and sell some, and there we're good. We're good for a very good time. Alright, do not want to build in this starbase. We have a hostile fleet warning. That is just because we are navigating through the Mad Planet system, WUA. Nothing to worry about there. We are just continuing to do our exploration here. Let's go ahead and increase to fast speed, as is typical how I play this game. Alright, so this one has just been, that's right, we just navigated that one through a hostile system, so we're going to switch back to automatic exploration here. Forgot to repair this fleet. Forgot to repair this fleet before I left, but that's okay, because we can go ahead and upgrade this to a starport. We should be doing that anyway, because we are about to go to war here. Special project. What did we find? Massive skeletal remains on Mirzam 1. Science officer has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. An organic starship, much smaller than the bones from at least 3 separate species, were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume that these came from members of the... For unknown reasons, the organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Mirzam 1. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like that, study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. Incredible. That reminds me a lot of the Leviathan of Dis, which, if you know your Mass Effect lore, ended up actually being a real Leviathan. It was previously just kind of like a throwaway flavor text that was included in one of the random planets in Mass Effect 1. But it ended up actually being a real, like, actual, literal, like, bio starship. And it was actually a creature called Leviathan, and I will not say any more about that in case you still want to play Mass Effect 3 and haven't played it for some reason yet. I don't know. Maybe you're waiting for the HD release or the remaster, but the Leviathan DLC will explain all of the lore there. It's kind of cool. I'd recommend it. I mean, I love Mass Effect 3. Like, I have very unpopular opinions because I actually think Mass Effect 3 is very good and I liked the ending, but hey, I'm just gonna stop talking before I turn somebody off or do something that is going to get me in trouble. Because I think I could get away with saying a lot of things, but saying I liked Mass Effect 3's ending, yeah, that's maybe one of the things I couldn't get away with. Alright, so we have our Constructo ship building here. I think we want to go ahead and send this one. Okay, got here. Trafficking operation. Karkarian. They operated thousands of years ago in this sector of the galaxy. This is yet another precursor event chain. That's interesting. I'm tempted to actually take the influence reward here. And the reason why is that I want to do a lot of expansion down here and get my economy going. I've done the Karkarian trafficking storyline before. It takes a while. The rewards are kind of... And it's... I mean, as you can tell, trafficking, right? Like, this is... Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this one. I don't normally do that, but this event chain just really didn't impress me last time I came across it. Wondrous Planet. Cool. Oh, wow. Got a lot of bonuses. This must have some pretty... Yeah, happiness and immigration pool is up. Too bad it's not habitable, even for our sorry friends. But you know what? That'll be okay. We'll keep that in mind later. Eternal tornadoes deep within the... Oh, that's a really cool picture. Intriguing. One physics research. Nice. Dark matter. Great. Where's the dark matter? Sure exactly where it was, but we got dark matter somewhere. It's right there. There it is. Okay. In the dark star. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I still don't know what... Oh, okay, this is a star made out of dark matter. That is definitely a hypothetical star. All right, we got a scientist leveling up. We got a Primarch leveling up. Got an anomaly we want to research. What else do we want to look at? I guess let's go ahead and check. And we are pretty close to being able to build our corvettes.
Construction complete.
Construction complete here. Let's go ahead and send this construction ship down here to build research stations, and then we're going to send it south to start building more outposts. Unity. We were taking the supremacy tree because war reasons. We anticipate going to war, not because of supremacy reasons, but because we anticipate encountering Cerberus and other threats to the galaxy, and as the Turian hierarchy, we will play a very important role in making sure that that the galaxy is safe and protected from literal fascists in the case of Cerberus, but also just like, Doom in the case of the heretic Geth. What do we want here? Build cost reduced, build speed increased, that's cool. Upkeep reduced and naval capacity increased, that's also pretty good. Fire rate increased and orbital bombardment damage. This would be the safe thing to pick if I had a strong economy, but my economy is a little... It's not bad. Like, I could sustain this for a while by just selling excess minerals. I think I want to take the cost reduction, because I need to build up a fleet pretty quickly here in about 10 months. I'm just going to take the cost reduction. And that's going to pay dividends over the long run if I'm able to strike a decisive first blow against the Yogg and avoid plunging us into a decades-long war against a sprawling, massive slave empire that has already conquered several other people and subjugated them. It's something we don't want to deal with. We'd just rather not deal with the Yogg. Like, we can deal with Cerberus if Cerberus gets big, but I mean, I don't know. The Yogg are kind of an I guess, underused species in Mass Effect. They're not quite as interesting. But it is cool that we have them around, and that we have really high-quality models of them. Alright, Advatir system. Advatir system.
Construction complete.
Charted. We are continuing here with our construction, and we have got a archaeology excavation. I'm just going to check real quick and make sure this other construction ship isn't... Yep, it's right there. It's doing nothing. We're going to go ahead and send this person down here. And we need to be careful in this system, of course. We've got that sad planet that is not having a good time. We're going to send... Oh, I think I'm going to send this one out here to Osneria. It's got a archaeological site. It's got some alloys. Yeah, we'll send it there. Okay, so we're going to have them come here and over here. And build starbase. Oh. Unpressed. There we go. Alright. So we've got our plans set there, and then this construction ship, once it is done, we'll be also needing to move down here. So how are we going to do this? We are going to move here. Oh, it doesn't want to move here. Okay, well, I guess I'll let it build its research stations first. Maybe it just doesn't want to chain that. Archaeological dig site. The Kazel colony. The first results from the dig site on Mirzam III, so this is the Gaia world that we were interested in, are coming in. It appears that the planet was colonized by a reptilian species known as the Kazel that was active in this cluster around 1,000 years ago. The colony itself was in the early stages of development when it was abruptly abandoned. There is no evidence of attack or disaster of any kind. It's as if one day the Kazel colony just collapsed for no reason. It's odd. Keep digging. I've actually never seen that event before. I have no idea what that's all about. Alright, so over here, I'm going to go ahead and just build 2 shipyards. because star-based defenses are like, they're fine, but at this stage in the game, they're not that great. And I want those two shipyards to be here so that we can just start churning out corvettes when we're ready to deal with the Yogg problem. Okay, unpause, and let's get those ships repaired, and let's get ready to start churning out corvettes as soon as this research finishes. Yay! Alright, awesome. Our Federation leveled up, so we gain access now to more naval capacity for the Federation fleet, better join issues, like it doesn't impose as much cohesion hit, and more envoys. So the current president has more envoys, and I think we are currently the president, so we have an extra envoy here. I'm not sure what to do with them. I think I'll just send them to the Federation to continue pushing XP. That seems like a safe bet. We do not need to improve our relations with the Asari. We already have excellent relations with them. I love the Asari. I love them. They are the only blue lives that matter. It does look like, okay, our relations are decreasing because our improved relations blitz that we sent on is wearing off. Maybe we will send somebody over there. I want to have excellent relations with the Asari, so. Okay, so got our fleet here, fully repaired. Let's go ahead and wait. How close are we to finishing 2 months? Lone fortress on the world. Interesting. Unity gain, artifacts found, ancient star charts. So that's pretty cool. Gives us a big buff there to survey speed and some nice one-time bonuses. Not a bad find. All right.
Construction complete.
Anomaly. Yep. Research immediately. Construction complete. That
Technology
is
secured.
Yep. That is the shipyard construction queue. And we have just. Okay. So this is a big moment. We have just hit the Corvette build speed buff. And now we have a choice to make. We can choose better ship components, the armor, which is not entirely insignificant. Like, that could turn the tide in a war this early. Or we could go for robot worker. And considering that I do want to eventually go the tech ascension route, I think that this is probably the better call. It may strain our relations with the Asari, however. I don't think they're going to hate us for having... Yeah, they won't hate us unless we adopt materialist ethos. I think it'll be okay. We'll just go ahead and do that. Alright, so our fleet is here. Let's go ahead and start reinforcing that. Oh, look at that. 255 when it used to be 300. That's good savings on alloys. I bet we could even build a whole second Corvette fleet out of that.
Technology secured.
Technology secured. Go ahead and set our new tech before we start building. What do we got here? Improved administrative capacity, about soldier jobs. Regenerative hull tissue, I mean, it's not the best component to be putting in that slot, but it's better than like a lot of the other things that we have this early in the game, because we don't have afterburners yet. I think we're just going to take that, actually. No, oh, no, God, no, that's too long. No, we can't do that. Let's take the administrative capacity buff. Because we are actually at ad cap, so that will help us a little bit there. Okay, so the shipyard here is currently building our 2 corvettes. We have gotten another modifier on a planet we have surveyed. Cool. And now I think we are ready to start building our second Corvette fleet, so we'll go ahead and create a new one. We will add a Corvette here, and we will put 20 Corvettes in that fleet. And let's go ahead and... actually, you know what? Our command limit's up. I think it's better that we actually have 1 stack. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm just going to increase this stack. That seems fine to me. And we are actually able to fully reinforce this as soon as we get our next couple ticks, so that's cool. Let's wait till we get 2 or 3 more ticks here, and then we will just go ahead and reinforce all. And then I think we will be at a very good position to begin dealing with the Yogg.
Construction complete.
And while we're looking at that, we need to go ahead and make some policy changes. Let's see. Looks like some uncaring civilization used DM3 as a dumping ground for its toxic waste. Oh, that's so rude. I can't believe a civilization would... Our war philosophy will need to change. So we changed our war philosophy to Liberation Wars to make a federation with the Asari, because they're not a fan, apparently, of unrestricted warfare, which, you know, they're the better angels of our nature. Glad that they're there to keep us honest. I mean, they're not going to keep us honest here. They're probably going to vote yes on this war, so... Anyway, but we need to change that because we need to, in order to enact our containment policy to deal with the Yogg slaveholding empire threat, we are going to need to claim 2 systems in addition to subjugating. So we're going to claim here, and we're going to build out this way, and then we're going to build out this way. And the reason why we're going to do that is we want to prevent the Yogg from becoming too powerful through expansion, to break away from us and just basically create a mid-game crisis, which is something that can happen when you vassalize this early in the game. So, let's go ahead and make some claims. We have a bunch of extra influence, so we can go ahead and do that. We're going to claim here and claim here. We could also claim Dubrater, but I don't want to, like, completely subjugate the Yogg. I do want to subjugate the Yogg, but I don't want the Yogg to, like, become basically like an enclave in like a Turian empire. Like I want them to still exist. I just want them to be not like slaveholding despots or something, right? Like that's what I'm trying to do here. So we've got a construction ship that is done here. We're going to go ahead and send that construction ship down through here. Oh, that's why it wouldn't go there. It was set to evasive. Big idea, General. Right, so we're going to send that ship over here. And then from here, we will send it down to Urevwas, where we will build a starbase. Sound good? Yep, good to me. All right, we got ourselves a construction ship right here. It is building a starbase, and then from there, we are going to expand this way. Like, we've got a very nice world right here, actually. It's only 60% habitability, but geothermal world is very good. It gives you a lot of energy credits. You get engineering research, and it's got another modifier too that gives us society research bonus, and it's a 25 tile world. That's absolutely mega. I don't know. I think I actually want to take this one. The habitability is not ideal. Like, it's going to increase our amenity usage and upkeep, as you can see, but I think that this is overall still a good thing. We'll see how this excavation turns out before we colonize here. But I think this actually isn't going to be that bad.
Complete.
All right, keep building down here, and then we're going to have this construction ship. I think let's have them come in and... No, we'll keep them building down here. That's fine. All right. Okay, so we are currently sitting on... Let's get this event through. Into the woods. So this is the Gaia world that we were talking about earlier. Nonus Papinius has located an intact data core and was able to recover a report from the early days of the Kazel colonization efforts on Marzam 3. Kazel scientists were tracking the environmental impact from construction, land clearing, and the introduction of their native plants. It seems the impact they made significantly exceeded their projections, with several species like bloboids and lung beetles already going extinct. Is this going to be a nature healing We Are the Virus twist? That's what it sounds like. I hope it's not that simple. I was hoping to something really terrifying and spooky, but I guess we'll find out. So let's go to Fleet Manager. We cannot...
Star system charted.
We cannot afford to reinforce those ships. I'm just going to go ahead and send the build order anyway. It's just going to save us some time. It's not like they're going to get all built at once anyway.
Anomaly found.
Anomaly? Sure. I'm going to do a quick sanity check to make sure that all of my science ships are currently set to evasive. That is good. One of them is not set to auto-explore. That's interesting. Edgy Storm. Sounds like me, alright. Set that one to auto-explore. This one over here is on auto-explore. This one over here is excavating. We do not want that to be auto-exploring. And this one wants to be on auto-explore. Oh, cool. Oh, well, it doesn't want to set itself on auto-explore. That's interesting. I guess we'll wait for it to be done with that anomaly. Oh no, that's got it queued up. Okay, cool. A microsingularity recently intersected Wanamis A. I think this is such an interesting event. Like, it just gives you a bonus on the physics, but like the idea basically is that like a micro black hole like went through this planet and destabilized it. It's like, it's a really cool concept. I like to like think like lots of people have like that one thing they think of that's very improbable, but they like believe that it happened because it's such a cool story. For me, the idea that like Earth has been impacted by a micro black hole or something like that is one of my like cool things that I would like to believe is true, but probably isn't true. That is like one of my guilty pleasures, is to indulge crazy hypotheses like that. We're just going to go ahead and take these research stations while we can, because those are decent bonuses, and then we're going to go back. I don't think we're going to go back. No, we should go back. We should be responsible and go back. It's just going to get harder to go back the further we go down here. Like, we're really just trying to get to Alphard, but we need to be responsible here. Research anomaly. Our ships are now upgrade eligible. I am assuming that's because we researched blue lasers. That sounds right to me. That was not even the ship builder. There's the ship designer. No. Oh, interesting. So they have switched to missile boats, flak battery, and nuclear missiles. You know, I'm not entirely happy with this arrangement. Like, flak battery is good. I don't think that the Yogg are on missiles this early in the game. I mean, they might be. I mean, we are, apparently, but I think I'd just much rather have this one and take a blue laser missile combination. I think that's just better. Of course, if the Yogg have actually researched flak batteries, they're going to have point defense. Presumably that's the auto-best ship design. That could be a little risky. We're just safer if we go all smalls. Or we could even do picket small. But at that point, we might as well just do missile boat 2. Oh, so many decisions. I'm assuming this is the NCS2 mod that has added a lot of these different hull types. I think we're gonna play it safe, and I think we're just gonna go with a laser boat. And we will take a look at what the Yogg have, and if they have something that's very vulnerable, that can inform us later in the war, perhaps. All right, so power is not good. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade that there. No other upgrades that can be had here. Oh, actually, we got a Corvette scouting sensor. What does that do? That gives me extra detection range at basically no penalty. So, yeah, I guess I'll take that. Sure. Basic combat computer, swarm picket. Yeah, this is just tactics. I'm going to always choose swarm for Corvettes. Default behavior, that is something that this mod has added. I am not going to bother with that right now. I have no idea what any of that stuff means, and I don't want to know live on air. All right. So that's it. We have a auto design takes control. Yeah, get rid of that. Auto upgrade. We cannot save that because the ship is currently being built. That's okay. We'll just wait. That's okay. Or we could just cancel the build order. Well, it gets us the same place. So if I go into this menu to cancel the build order, it's just going to make this go away, and I'll have to redesign it again anyway, so I might as well just wait. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait for that little progress bar to finish, and then I can let's go ahead and wipe out everything I've done by upgrading these ships. A different design. Everything else is pretty much running on automate right now anyway, so we need to give orders. And we can actually check as we get higher up here. Yeah, we're about almost done. This is the last ship that's going to be built before we go give the upgrades. Love's labors lost. Having decrypted the signal, Decima Caparis was astonished to discover that it was broadcasting an archaic form of one of the main Turian languages. Interesting. It appears that the broadcasting device is the only non-natural structure on this moon. There's no hint as to who left it there or why, but going by the wear and tear on evidence, it must have been there since shortly after the play was first written, long before the Turians learned the secret of space travel. We can only assume that it was left there by ancient visitors to Palaven who took a liking to the play and decided to pay our species a strange and unexpected tribute. That's pretty cool. You can choose either a happiness buff or a unity buff. I think I'm going to choose the unity buff. My pops are happy, I think, as they are, and I really need the unity to go down the tradition phase. Alright, that's done, so let's go ahead and save this design. That's going to be replacing all of these Corvettes, which are now going to need to be upgraded. They can be upgraded for... Oh, that's expensive. That's expensive. Why is that so expensive? What are they currently on?
Construction complete.
Oh, they're currently on mass drivers and lasers, that's why. Oh well, that's okay. It'll be fine. Small price to pay for upgraded lasers. Medical facilities. Okay, so this is our Gaia world that we were looking at earlier. Our expedition to Merzom 3 has identified medical facilities in some of the colonial towns. From the look of it, the Gazelle had quite a problem with their patients' mental health. Nonus Papinius reports extensive records, idiopathic hallucinations, delusions, and nervous breakdowns which Gazelle science could not explain. There didn't seem to be anything wrong with the colonists physically, yet a full quarter of them were afflicted in some way, threatening the functioning of the quality. Yeah, it seems like the Gazelle just needed to practice more self-care and do mindfulness, right? Like, that's how you deal with mental health issues, right? Like, that's totally how this works, right? Investigate row aliens. I don't know who they are. I should have checked to see who they were before I dismissed that. Let's just go ahead and investigate them anyway. 14 months, sure. We also have the G aliens. I'm pretty sure those are mining drones, so I'm just going to leave that one for now. I don't really need to know about the mining drones right now. And, okay, cool. So we're getting very close, actually, to... We're getting very close, actually, to one of the last events in a chain, which is going to be kind of cool. Let's take a look. Is this scientist? He is not level 5 yet. Or she is not level 5 yet. Or none of these people are level 5. We need a level 5 scientist to go back there and deal with that at some point. That looks like a very high-level research project, the Crystal Pyramid. Alright, so... Where are we at? We are taking a look at the Yogg again. We are currently equivalent. Galaxy awaits the reign of High King Ganui, and you want negotiations? No, I don't want negotiations. I want you to stop being a threat to the galaxy. I cannot demand vassalization or tribute. That means I will not be able to gain those subjugation casus bellis until I am superior in fleet power. This might take 2 wars. A first war to reduce the Yogg and contain on these 2 sides, forcing them to expand out that way and setting them back a little bit, and then as soon as the truce is over, a second war to bring them into the Citadel Council. Let's just see what happens after we upgrade our fleet. I have a feeling that's going to bump our fleet power up a little bit, and if that's the case, it might bump us into superior territory where we can now demand subjugation, which would allow us to effectively accomplish our goals of bringing peace to our local cluster in a much more straightforward manner. Okay, so we're almost done building here. We're going to have this construction ship go build there after that, and we're going to have this construction ship go build there after that. Got a couple of really good systems coming up here. This is not such a great system, but this system, oh, this system's good. And it's got a pulsar, too. All right. Cybrex Research Station. Okay, cool. We found a Cybrex Research Station. Yeah, looks like it's been kind of seen better days, for sure. Single badly scorched module is all that's left of it. Vacuum exposed side of the module is filled with the dead remains of creatures that are part machine and part organic. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that the Cybrex were hybrids. Precursor singularity drive modified, giving the following effects. Society research, engineering research, physics research. So these are all modifiers that are on this barren world. And this... Not that barren. Okay, hang on. Hang on, one second. We need to research that project before we go anywhere. Okay. I think it was added here. Is that right? Eternal Fortress. Precursor singular. Oh, but that's actually a terrestrial planet. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna have to come back and try to terraform this later. It's probably going to be a ambitious project. But that's kind of cool. How big is that world? We don't have a size. That's because the game thinks it's not a colonizable planet, which it isn't right now, but it will be once we terraform it. Alright, so let's go down into our tradition tree and select another supremacy civic. We are going to take... I think let's just go ahead and take ship fire rate up to give ourselves a little boost in fleet power there, and hopefully put us on a better war footing against the Yogg. The Yogg are still equivalent. Okay. Alright then. Let's go ahead and upgrade our ships. We can't upgrade them quite yet. I don't have enough alloys. Go ahead and upgrade them halfway. Well, we'll upgrade half of them. It'll fail like halfway through here because we don't have enough to finish the upgrade. Research that anomaly. How can we boost ally production, actually? I think we have 2 ally foundries. We have no more slots. I am not going to sacrifice any of these other buildings, so... Sovereignty of Nazara. On screen. Catalog Index Driven Assimilators. We are the Sovereignty of Nazara. We wish to incorporate your kind into our greater consciousness. For this purpose, we have created advanced cybernetic implants that are compatible with most organic life forms. Let us surgically graft them to your bodies, please. Well, that's nice. In case this title didn't give it away, this is the Stellaris edition of the Heretic Geth. Nazara is, of course, the Reaper's or Old Machine's internal name that refers to Sovereign, the creature that we refer to as Sovereign. So these are the Geth that follow Sovereign. They are the Geth Heretics, if you are familiar with that term. Are we... I guess we're just gonna salute you? I don't know. I mean, this is the first time Turians have encountered a sentient synth species, so... And I guess it's kind of funny encountering the Geth before you encounter the Quarians, right? Like, because now you've got like a whole... Oh yeah, they immediately close their borders, yeah, of course. And they're right there. They're out there on a different spiral arm. Doesn't look so good for the Yogg, actually, if they're going to have to expand into that, but hey. Sucks for them. Alright, got ourselves a Cybrex base. Cool. So that adds another special project here. Let's go ahead and take care of that. We're just gonna... Okay, hang on. 1 second. What do we got here? We have found the source of the movement in the upper atmosphere. It was a space amoeba. Oh, I just... Oh, it wants to be part of us? It imprinted on us? Is that what happened? Oh my... Yes, it did. Okay, yeah. We'll totally take the space amoeba juvenile. This is... Oh, it's just gonna follow the scientist around. That's so cute. Okay. Alright, archaeological project completed. Cybrex research module. Machine consciousness was experimenting with cybernetic life forms. Hundreds of unfortunate prisoners were transplanted. That sounds a lot like the Reapers, honestly. Like, experimenting with cybernetic life forms. Unwilling organic participants. Exact objective of these tests remain unclear. There is no evidence that Cybrex ever made use of cybernetic units outside of this lab. Okay, well, we've recovered another Cybrex artifact and gotten a hold of a precursor expedition, so that's an archaeological site that we can go on here. Yeah. All right. Ruined Interstellar Assembly. That is a megastructure. We have found it in Mar Adetta. Mar Adetta is over here, I assume. Yep, there is a ruined megastructure in this system. It is an interstellar assembly. We are probably not going to take that system, so that is not going to be our interstellar assembly. Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll get out that way. There are 3 mass relays in the cluster. That is kind of tempting, actually. I mean, they're not so good when they're all close together like that. The point is to separate, like, large distances. Unable to build a starbase. Why not? Why not? What had happened? Did something happen? Oh, we ran out of alloys because we're upgrading our ships. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's go ahead and move them into place. And then we will process that archaeological event we have just gotten. The Madness. Okay, I think this is, we're finally getting somewhere. They've called it the Madness, which, not ideal, but hey. After an extensive survey of the ruins of the Gazelle colony on Mirzam 3, it appears that the majority of the colonists succumbed to mass psychosis. Those who did not flee the planet, declaring it a quarantine area, still ignorant of the cause, and leaving raving lunatics that needed to be proofread. They basically abandoned the planet, and people below were psychotic. Those left behind were too busy engaging in self-mutilation. Oh, that's bad. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Yeah, that's bad. Anyway, they're talking about something called the Old Growth and praising its majesty. Unfortunately, there's no indication of what the Old Growth could possibly be, though perhaps continued exploration could shed some light on it. That sounds like a Thorian. I know it's not the Thorian, because the Thorian is in our game. Like, there's a Thorian Empire somewhere out here. But that's pretty eerily similar. Okay. So, good to know. Hopefully get to the bottom of that, and we can begin... whatever it is, we can deal with it, and we can set foot on that world. That is a very, very good world. Very good target for our first expansion, and our first expansion is a little bit overdue. So, we are still equivalent with the Yogg. Well, go figure. How can we get an edge here? I don't think there's much we can do. I think we just have to hope that either the next 10 do it. Oh, that's a lot of noise, though. I don't know, and I'm going to solve it in the next episode. So I'm going to go ahead and make a cut here. If you have been, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.